Welcome to the thefogvlog.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of TFV, something a little bit different today. I've got Richard here with me. Richard, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Richard.
It's
There you have
Richard.
it.
Richard is here with me, and a very cool video, something a little bit more easy today. Now, since I can remember, I've been in touch with Quibus from Revolution or Rebel Revolution Vape, and he had I think there's been 3 releases, and this is the 3rd release. But if you go back in our videos, you would have seen us reviewing some of his commercial juice, just talking about what we're getting from it. And he sent us a bottle of juice, two bottles of juice each. He sent us Mar Baker, as people will know it from the Boney M song, right? This here is a blueberry banana bread. I'm going to be testing this one live. And then he sent us Apache leaf. This is a vanilla pipe tobacco, and I'll be testing this one live. But before we do that, let's do the first one. Let's do Mar Baker. Richard, do you know what the significance of Mar Baker is, other than the Boney M song? Because the Boney M song, if you really listen to the words, is there's some gang shit going on there, right?
Yeah. Mar Baker, the Boney M song, was based on the real-life criminal Kate Barker, better known as Mar Barker and sometimes as Arizona Barker. So I guess we know where she grew up then. She was the mother, this according to Wikipedia, she was the mother of several American criminals who ran the Barker Carpus gang during the Public Enemy era. J. Edgar Hoover described her as the most vicious, dangerous, and resourceful criminal brain of the last decade.
What did she do?
The FDA added that apart from all the stuff of bank robberies and having sons who were criminals, she bought out e-juice without a nicotine warning on the label. She bypassed the PMTA. She got her kids to sell it out of car boot sales at flea markets. They hadn't had their testing done. They didn't give in their 1 million pages of PMTA documentation to prove that it wasn't dangerous. So everybody was after her. I mean, they wanted her gone. She was worse than Julie.
Worse than Smock, even.
Worse than Smock, even. It was like the whole American government wanted her gone.
Yeah, I knew that there was some gang stuff going on with Mar Barker. I think she was her family, right? She got her family involved in gang stuff, and she was shot dead or something.
Yeah, her first son, his first crime, he was arrested for highway robbery after running over a child in the getaway car and selling him batteries without a nicotine label. 18650s, lethal batteries, without the appropriate federal warning on them.
Those things are like pipe bombs anyway, dude.
Yeah. No. When he was surrounded by the cops, he just made his mech vent and caused a massive explosion, brought down several skyscrapers, and fled to Arizona, where he lived among Trump supporters for several years. These were bad people. I can see why Quibus likes them so much.
He brought out a juice that we thought it had something to do with the 70s, right? It had like a hippie vibe on it. I cannot remember exactly what it was. But he had a couple of his first line that came out. There was Banana Republic. There was a Peanut Gallery. There was
what I'm talking about. Flower power.
flower. Yeah, this is what I like about Querbus. You know, he puts a story behind it. You know, and so what did she do? She smuggled stuff, right?
She did everything, man. She was vape fam.
She smuggled some really good blueberry banana bread pudding into with diacetyl juice into shops. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, Ma's common law husband Arthur Dunlop was said to be loose-lipped when drunk. He had lip gunk on his ultim drip tip, which just added to the long list of crimes that he was wanted for. They were into money laundering. These were like proper oaks.
Yeah,
proper oaks.
And I mean, when you sing that Boney M song, you've got no idea what they're going on about. But it's this woman, this Ma Barker, you know. Anyway, so let's dive right into it. Okay, this is blueberry banana bread. I see nothing else here. Let's see if I can get a description here on Rebel Revolution. Ape. Okay, so I'm on the website. Look at me, fancy quick. E-liquids, boom, boom, boom. So here are all the liquids. So let's see. Here's a description here. She was the meanest cat in Chicago town. Freeze. I'm Ma Baker. Put your hands in the air and give me all your blueberry banana bread. This is the description, right? So that's what it is. It's blueberry banana bread. Okay, and yeah, I've been hitting it the whole time. I'll hit it one more time. Richard, do you want to kick off your description?
Yeah, let me start by saying that this blueberry banana combo is not that common, and I like it. I think it's very, very good. What I would probably look for in a blueberry banana combo is a somewhat tartar and more, more black curranty, like a tart type of blueberry to offset that sort of sweet, mushy banana. Now, Querbus has brought them a lot closer together. The blueberry is quite sweet and candyish, and the banana is also very sweet. What I like about this is the way that the two play together on the exhale. At the start of the exhale, I'm getting both of them balanced quite nicely. The blueberry probably slightly more prominent. Then as the exhale continues, that blueberry just drops away slightly, and at the end you just get this tail of this sweet banana coming through. So they're two fairly similar flavors in that they're both sort of quite sweet and candyish, but they play very well together. That, I'm not missing a counterpoint there.
The banana bread is so delicious. He did that layer so well. It's like a banana bread that you buy, out of the shops, not dry. It's super moist. You know what I mean? It's almost got like a cakey feel to it. It's that syrupiness from the bananas has drenched right into the bread, almost turning it into like something like a more moist sort of cake vibe, right? That's the experience that I get from that banana bread. You're right in saying that blueberry is not a tart blueberry, that, it's not offsetting the sweetness from the banana bread, but rather playing with it. And I definitely, on the XL, I get the blueberry, and then, the tail end is just banana bread, but sweet and beautiful. This is a lovely bakery.
Now that banana at the end works really nicely as the blueberry just sort of fades out, and you just get that little lingering touch of banana once the blueberry's gone. That works really nicely. For me, it's not that bready. I would buy this as almost like a tart filling without a crust. It's got that moist but denseness to it, almost like a fridge tart filling. But I mean, sure, I'd also buy a banana bread, and this works really well for me. It's being a commercial juice, it's sweeter than I would normally go with my DIY juices, but that is accepted that commercial juices tend to be, quite a bit sweeter than DIY juice. And in this application, it works for me. Banana and blueberry are two flavors that you can sweeten up a lot without ruining them. They can both be pretty sweet. So this works really well.
As far as the line goes, we've now tried all of them. So he had Banana Republic, he had Escobar's Beans, which was a coffee. Then he had Flower Power. This was, I can't remember exactly what fruits. So then he had Gupta Scoop, which was strawberry, kiwi, and grape. Then he had the frozen version. excuse me, frozen version. Got to be careful with that. And then he had one of my favorites, which was Iron Lady, and that was a cream, and it was a nachi and cream flavor. And it just seemed like Kubis was climbing a little bit out of his comfort zone with that, and I really enjoyed that. That nachi was delicious. And now he drops this, which is pretty much the first bakery, not pretty much, it is the first bakery in the line. And I think he's done a fantastic job here, for the first bakery out there. You can obviously see that he's got a knack for this, and he's getting better.
Yeah, it's a wonderful combo. That blueberry banana works really well together. Two flavors that you don't find that often paired, especially in bakeries. I mean, you get banana breads, and you get things like blueberry waffles or blueberry cheesecakes. But blueberry and banana together is something quite novel, and he's pulled it off nicely. He's balanced those two flavors very well. They both register quite clearly. There's quite nice separation between them, but the two hang together very well as a sort of compound flavor. You can imagine a banana bread with blueberry sort of baked into it.
Yeah, that blueberry is delicious. It plays very well with this. I keep on trying to think about this, like banana bread pudding. That's kind of like what comes to mind. It's so, it's such a delicious banana bread that I almost don't even want to use the word bread anymore. I want to put the word pudding with it because it's so delicious and stodgy and yummy,
Yeah, pudding is accurate for me. I'd say, like a tart filling or a pie filling, something like that, but not
bread.
Yeah, well, not bread, and also not a goopy filling.
Yeah,
it's like a set filling, almost like a fridge tart. Filling. So it works well. Nice mouthfeel. Good texture to it.
Good texture, good weight, super smooth.
And also a different blueberry. It doesn't have that. I can taste FW blueberry in most things. It's just got that completely distinctive flavor. This moves a blueberry in a different. It doesn't have that sort of tart chemical note to it. It's quite a softer, sweeter. I'm not sure if it's a blueberry that's sweet or it just added sweetener to it, but he's moved in a different direction, and it's really pleasing.
Yeah. Cool, Richardo, are you ready to move on to Apache Leaf?
Yeah, boy.
I had the MTL version of this, and I'm now going to try the DL version of this. So for me on the MTL version, I tried that in a pod. It didn't work that well in a pod. It was better in just a normal MTL device. I could taste it more clearly, but now I'm going to taste it, in a direct lung setup. So Richard, do you want to kick off what you found with this one?
Yeah, just straight off the bat, disclaimer, I don't do tobaccos at all, which is probably the reason why I like this, because what this is to me, if I vape tobaccos, my chest immediately starts hurting. That's the reason I stopped smoking, and it's the reason I stopped vaping tobaccos, because when I vape tobaccos, it gives me the same sensation as when I used to smoke. I immediately start getting, sort of nasty sandpaper in the chest type feeling, and this juice doesn't do that for me. So I can't speak from the point of view of a tobacco connoisseur, because I just don't do tobaccos. But just as a DIY vapor, this is pleasing to me, and what I would classify this as is almost like a gateway tobacco. If you haven't vaped tobaccos, if you'd like to try a tobacco, but you don't want to go full on ashy, dirty, smoky, full tobacco profile, this will work. What it is, for me, it's almost like a sweet vanilla cream with a tobacco accent to it. Now, normally with a vanilla tobacco, you would expect the tobacco to be up front and just a hint of vanilla, and not even a moist vanilla, a dry vanilla on the, at the end of the exhale. This, to me, that vanilla cream is up front, it's sweet, it's moist, and you get that tobacco. Now, again, I don't know what type of tobacco it is. It tastes fairly similar to a burley from what I remember of vaping a few tobaccos when I first started. But it's not in your face, full on smoky, ashy tobacco. It's not a dessert tobacco either. It doesn't have that sort of caramel, vanilla note of tobacco. The tobacco stands separately from the vanilla cream. But the two together, what you're getting from me is just a very good, sweet, smooth, velvety vanilla cream with a tobacco accent to it that just pushes it out of that sweet or dessert type of realm and into almost like a semi-tobacco, or what I would call a gateway tobacco.
Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about the leaf. So you finish off with the leaf. You get the vanilla up front, the vanilla and cream, kind of sparks like, and the sweetness kind of sparks, like a saliva sort of like wetness to your mouth. And then as you exhale, you get that, the leafy notes out there. The leaf kind of ends off a little bit drier, which is nice. I like that in a tobacco. It, for me, if the whole vape was entirely, how can I say, wet, then that leaf would feel a little bit wet as well. So, the leaf is a little bit drier at the end, and that's similar to what experience you would get from, a tobacco if you had to smoke it, right? So I like this. I think it is. I think it's simple, but I think it's a very effective way of doing it. It's just a straightforward vanilla leaf, and I think he's done a good job here with the DL version, right? The MTL, I didn't taste all those subtleties, of course not, because that MTL setup, I tried it on the Manta RTA, and I tried it on the Berserker, and in the DL, I'm enjoying it a little bit more. It's still weird for me to vape a tobacco in the DL, because it feels like I have to mouth to lung the tobacco. But this is pleasant. I enjoy this.
Definitely after the exhale, it's the tobacco note that stays with you.
Mm.
I mean, you get that creamy vanilla excuse me, up front, and then the tobacco sort of lingers on the itself.
Yeah, I think, yeah, if you tobacco curious, this is definitely one to check out. And it's not going to assault you like some of the dessert tobaccos out there that's super heavy. This, I feel, is a tobacco that you can vape right through the day, right? Without really getting tired of it, almost like fatigued from it because it's just got so much flavor on. He's not trying to hide the leaf here with like caramel or chocolate or hard vanilla. He's actually, used the vanilla that, that kind of like boosts the woodsy sort of leafy notes of that tobacco and plays along well with it. So I think, for someone that says he didn't know what he was doing, he definitely, he has a good palate on him, and this works for me. I think he did a good job here. Now, I believe both these flavors are going to be available at VapeCon because he is going to be there and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to go to his stand and ask him about these two flavors like I did last year with his last release. So guys, if you are interested and you are going to be in VapeCon, go and support this guy. He's always been around. He always phones me up if he's got a new release. He's interested to hear what the DIYs has to say about his liquids. And I think that's something that we should do more, as a community, is work together, right, in that way and fashion. And fundamentally, we are all mixers, right? And Quibus gets it. So kudos to Quibus. It was super fun to review these. Thank you so much. All right, that's pretty much the end of the show, guys. Richard, anything else that you want to add?
No, just thank you to Quibus for sending us the juices, and they were fun to make, different from the normal DI stuff that we make, but in a good way. Pleasant juices, well crafted, and I'll certainly finish these off in record time. These are good juices.
Cool. Thank you very much, Rebel Revolution Vape, Quibus, and everybody associated. Keep on putting out good juices. Cheers, guys.
Welcome to the thefogvlog.
Hey guys, just a quick one. If you want to support this channel, go check out VS One Shots on BLCK. They ship internationally, and you'll find a range of mixes in this VS collaboration line, all South African. Thanks for watching.